On the show tonight, we've got Adi Godrej, who's, of course, President and CII Chairman of Godrej Industries as well. Mr. Godrej, many thanks for speaking with us. The budget session, as we did say, kicks off tomorrow. What is it that you're expecting? Will the government be able to maintain the reform momentum that we've been seeing?
Yeah, I think the government seems to be quite committed to maintain the reform momentum. I think they realize that the GDP growth has fallen very considerably to about 5.5%. It needs to be accelerated upwards. Reforms are the best way to do it.
Mr. Godrej, do you believe the opposition will support crucial bills like insurance bill, pension bill, even the contentious land bill, which the industry has a few reservations with? Do you see the opposition supporting the government?
I think some of them will certainly be supported. I think it's clear many parliamentarians, both in the government and in the opposition, realize that the economy needs to be rejuvenated. So I do hope the parliament session will support some of these pending bills.
What about the goods and services tax? You know, for years now, you've maintained that this is the most important reform that we need to see. Do you see any sort of a breakthrough this time round?
It is a very important reform. GST will add about 2 percentage points to our GDP growth, other things being equal. I understand the meeting last week that the finance minister had with the empowered group of ministers was good. I think they've arrived at certain agreements on how to take GST forward. I expect some major announcement on the path to GST, early path to GST during the budget speech, and I do hope it can be implemented early, because this will ensure that our economy gets back to an 8 to 9% growth rate at a very early date.
A quick word on the food bill as well. We understand a revised draft has been sent for the Law Ministry's consent. Do you think it's going to be tabled in this session? And more importantly, from a fiscal point of view, can we afford this particular bill?
Well, I think it will have great social value, such a bill. It will help the very poor. It must be administered sensibly. If it can be administered together with the rollout of the Aadhaar scheme, I think it can be a good scheme. We should ensure that it is not wastefully implemented, and that the amount of subsidy for this bill is kept to a reasonable level.